Cohasset, Massachusetts mother of three, Anna Walshe, vanished from her family's home near Boston on New Year's Day, last seen by her husband when he claims she left for the airport around 6 a.m. Her husband, Brian Walshe, is currently in jail, arrested on January 8th for hindering cops' investigation into his wife's disappearance, with them claiming he'd been untruthful to them about his version of events. Hello, my name is TitaniumBuilt, or Tanya, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to all my Titans out there. Please hit that subscribe button, the bell icon, and please like the video. It really does help my channel grow. Now let's get into today's case. Anna Walshe, a real estate agent executive with the luxury Tishman Snyder Group, had moved to Boston in 2015 to marry Brian, and they started a family together a year later. They now have three sons, aged between 2 and 6. She gushed about her husband in a letter to Massachusetts judge in June to support him ahead of his sentencing in a case where he pled guilty to art fraud for faking a pair of Andy Warhol paintings and selling them to a gallery owner. Brian has been working constantly on breaking the past bad habits of his family, and we are all looking forward to the new chapter of his life, she ominously wrote. However, by Christmas time, she seemed to have a change of heart and messaged her mom, begging for her to come and help. She said, "Mama, please come tomorrow." Her mother does live overseas, which her mother implied she knew something was terribly wrong. On December 31st, the Walshes hosted a New Year's Eve dinner party beginning around 8:30, and friends left the party around 1:30 a.m. that evening. Later that evening, Anna made phone calls to her mother, her older sister, and her maid of honor, none of which were answered. And let me go ahead and try to get you guys another picture up there. Brian Walshe initially told police that his wife woke him up early on January 1st, saying that she had a work emergency and had to leave, needing to fly to D.C. Anna got ready, kissed him goodbye, and told him to go back to bed. Her husband then said she ordered a rideshare to take her to the Boston Logan International Airport, but there is no record of her ever being picked up or boarding a flight, according to local police. Local reports state that her phone also continued to ping in the area around the family's home for 2 days. On the afternoon of January 1st, hours after Anna allegedly departed from her home, Brian Walshe left the couple's three sons with the babysitter and drove to visit his mother. The 60-minute drive to his mother became a 90-minute trek when Brian claims he became lost. He told cops that after arriving at his mom's home, he later ran errands to a local CVS and local Whole Foods. Brian did not have his phone with him at the time, saying one of his children had hidden it, and he arrived back at the family's residence around 8 p.m. Brian then claimed to have discovered his phone the next day under a pillow, which would have been January 2nd. In addition, the arrest affidavit states Brian took one of his sons for a chocolate shake or ice cream that morning. During that time frame, he was typically allowed to leave the residence to take the children to school. School was closed that day because of the holiday. According to law enforcement, Brian violated his parole conditions later that day by visiting Home Depot around 4 p.m. Clad in a black mask and blue surgical gloves, he reportedly used cash to buy $450 worth of cleaning supplies. The OCD in me is loving that, but he was not very good at cleaning. This visit broke the terms of his home arrest, and all trips must be pre-approved by cops before he made them. Brian Walshe finally reported Anna missing January 4th, 3 days after he says he last saw her. In the arrest affidavit, police say they responded to a call about a possible missing person around 6:35 p.m. They subsequently interviewed Brian multiple times about the events on January 1st and January 2nd. Anna's employer also reported her missing that day after being alerted by Brian. The day after Brian reported his wife missing, he called the couple's landlord asking if the homeowner had surveillance cameras up so he could see if they had seen his wife, saying that Anna had vanished. The landlord said there are no security cameras at the property and didn't find anything unusual about the request at the time. Given later developments, he said now he feels like that's a little suspicious. And I can agree. The homeowner added the couple always paid their rent in advance, and the worst that he could say about them is their dog barked occasionally. It barked too much. But later that same day, check this out. Later the same day, the Walshes' house catches fire. First responders arrived at the Jerusalem Road residence to find that a blaze began in the attic because of pipe damage. The couple and toddler who lived in the home, as well as their nanny, were evacuated safely. This was actually their old home. I'm so sorry if I didn't say they're old. On January 7th, officers spent multiple hours combing surveillance footage for evidence of Brian's alleged stops at CVS and Whole Foods on January 1st. Walshe was not observed on video from Whole Foods or CVS in the time frame that he stated he was there. So police allegedly found internet searches Brian had made on how to dispose of a 115-pound female body. And they found blood in the basement. Blood was found in the basement area as well as on a knife. The blood was found in the basement. There was a knife found in the basement. The knife had blood on it, and the knife was actually damaged as well. Brian Walshe was arrested on Sunday, January 8th, and charged with intentionally misleading police in the investigation into his wife's disappearance. During the course of the investigation, police developed probable cause to believe that her husband, Brian Walshe, had committed the crime of misleading police investigators. Brian flashed a grin on Monday morning while being escorted into Quincy District Court, where he pled not guilty. He pleaded not guilty to interfering with the police investigation into Anna's disappearance, but is currently being held on $500,000 bond. Just this past Monday, investigators accompanied by police canines found more than suspicious materials, including a hacksaw. Including a hacksaw and a rug and a hatchet at a trash transformer facility in Peabody, a little over an hour from their home. Around the same time, law enforcement towed two dumpsters from the same facility. Let me start over with that last line. Around the same time, law enforcement towed two dumpsters and a trash compactor from Brian's mother's apartment complex. So that's all the information that I have for you guys for today. But I did want to show you that this story, and it is developing right now. This is my first story, or my first time covering this case. So please bear with me as I get the details and everything all out for you guys. Also, I did want to show you guys here at the last minute. If you can see, I do have one of the dogs in here today with me. She's actually being good. So she can stay. Yeah. So she's allowed to stay for a little bit. She's being really good. I don't know what's wrong with her. She's usually not that good. So I just wanted to bring you guys that video today. I want to figure out what is going on with Anna Walshe. Where is she at? I've noticed a lot of people have not spelled her name right. So her name is Walshe, and it's spelled like that. W-A-L-S-H-E, and her first name is Anna. And this is a picture of her. Of course, you know, she is so beautiful. Her children are missing her dearly. We just need to get her name out there. We need to figure out what's going on with her. We need to figure out what's going on in this case. Please tell me your thoughts below. Drop them in the comments. I would love to know what you think of this case. Should we do a live on this case? Let me know. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. We're trying to hit 5,000 subs /Titans. That way we can do our next giveaway. We have 1,000 to go. We are going so fast. We are going to hit that mark at any minute. I will see you guys all in the next video. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye, guys.